What's up, everybody? My name is Colby Novak with BuildAWedding.net, also with ColbyNovakImages.com, and today I'm going to be going over, kind of some grammar here today, just to kind of clarify some terminologies, because people tend to use these words together, and I don't think they're really using them right, because it tends to, if you use the word the wrong way, then in the end you're going to have some upset clients, and this is just to help everybody out. So what today we're going to be discussing is the differences between editing, post-production, our signature, like our signature post-production is what we call our editing, and then retouching, because there are very big differences between just editing an image and retouching an image. Editing an image takes, a little bit of time. I mean, it takes a good amount of time. Obviously, it's not, just instant, but it takes a good amount of time, and then retouching an image takes, a couple hours to do. So, I have clients all the time ask me, like, oh, my face, it wasn't touched at all. I'm like, well, that's our retouching. He's like, oh, no, I thought we were going to edit the image. No, we edited the image, but, we didn't retouch the image just because either that wasn't in their contract or, they were confused about it, whatnot. There's differences between retouching an image and editing an image. So here today to show you that. So actually this is a picture of Mr. Daniel from the wedding show. And if you ever need a DJ, I'd give him a call. But this is a picture I took of him flying our drone over in Cancun from a wedding here not too long ago. And I'm going to show you, we're going to edit this image really quick. So there's a few different ways we could, we could take this. Usually what we do, actually here at Build a Wedding, we actually have a preset system that we are using from slrlounge.com. And if you're a photographer, I would highly, highly suggest getting this thing. This thing is phenomenal. The guys over at SLR Lounge are geniuses and make the workflow just so much easier. But this is what edits an image. This is what controls our highlights, our shadows, the brights, the darks. Everything about an image is controlled over here, and this is how a photographer edits their image. So, right here, the vibrance, that just, brings up the muted colors, and this just, mutes every other color. So, all these little sliders, they all change the image itself. And what these presets do is they just instantly edit the image, and you can see over here that these have changed. Now, obviously, this is not a perfect image, but it gives me a good base to start off. So this, I'm gonna be treating this just like any other wedding image, and just gonna completely perfect this image. And since this photo is outside, I would actually suggest going with the HDR stuff. That way we can get bright blue skies, we can see him nice, maybe just a bit of exposure, and then we're going to take a graduated filter and just barely light him up down at the bottom, just to get some of that there's a little bit of vignetting, so we're going to try to get rid of that, actually. Just a little bit. And, and then maybe just take a little bit of a brush. Just maybe shrink it down just a little bit. And maybe just go over him just a little bit, just to get... See, that's actually almost too precise. Or not too precise, too exposed. So what we'll do is just a hint of exposure right there, maybe a hint on his face, a hint on his... And there you go. So that right there, actually, we'll just finish this little leg real quick. And obviously I'm doing this roughly, so I mean usually I take a little more time than that, but that's pretty much the essence of that photo. It's edited. It hasn't been retouched. So if we were actually going to retouch this image, actually this image, I wouldn't even tell my client there's no need to retouch this image, just because you can't really see the face at all. It's not, the face isn't that relevant in the image. It's mainly about the background, the blue sky, the trees, and all that. It's about that. It's not really about the person in the image. So that's an edited image right there. It's not a retouched image, it's just an edit and processed image. So we would call this at Build a Wedding our signature post-production. So right here, that this photo has gone through our signature post-production. So here's another image from Cancun, and actually this image is a little dark, so a lot of clients, they always want the raw images. I don't give them the raw image like what we're doing right now, but I give them all the JPEGs that we shoot. And some images are dark, and they tell me, oh well, we want every picture we take. So I try to be, sometimes I obviously delete the bad ones, but if it's a little dark, sometimes my clients like that. But they always wonder, hey, why is this image dark? Well, it's dark because it's the way we shot it. And if you need if you want it to look natural or not natural or lit or not lit, you need to tell us. But anyway, this is I'm going to show you how we can fix some darkness in these images. So all we're going to do is basically find our brightest part of our image, which is right up here. So this is what's properly exposed, our highlights. So we can just bump up the overall exposure just a little bit. And then we're just going to apply our signature color. And that actually dulls it down a little bit, so what we'll have to do is just bump up the the exposure a little more. Maybe bump up the shadows. Just like that. We'll take our graduated filter up here, and then just kind of gradually expose that a little bit. Gradually expose that. Now we're not going to do it up there. We're actually going to just Control Z, get rid of that. And yeah, there you go. So that's pretty much an edited image that's been through our signature post-production. So it's good to go. I don't see any other need for this image to be, retouched or anything like that. But again, there's too many faces for one retouch. That would take, a couple weeks to do this image, and obviously a lot of money. So this image I would call as complete. We're going to go to this image, and this image right here, all we have to do is really get rid of this. This image is pretty close to being done. We shot it pretty good in camera. So what we'll do, just need a little more exposure to them. Maybe just warm it up just a hair. We're actually going to take a graduated filter down here, and we're going to darken it so we can get rid of that. And yeah, I'm gonna call. I think that image looks fantastic. I don't think there's no need for anything else to be done to that image. So again, this is an edited image. We'll go to our next one. So right here, actually this image right off the bat, I just love it. It's got good contrast. The lighting was perfect. So just a little bit more of this we would have to retouch, but I'm going to show you actually what we're going to do. So we're just going to basically do our signature color. Going to get just a little bit of exposure. That's a crop. I don't want a crop. I'm going to adjust our exposure just a little bit. Contrast a little more, push it just a little more, just get a little edgy. And we're going to adjust our clarity just a little bit, give it some more defining edge. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I was going to tell you this is something for a later video, but this is what we clean up later. So this would be an image because there's some imperfections in the glass. Because I remember cleaning this glass thoroughly and trying to get it off, but there's just some scratches either that's underneath the table that hasn't been really cleaned. We try to clean underneath the table as best we could, but there's just some imperfections, and that's actually what would need to be retouched. So this is editing an image, and then fixing this right here will be retouching it. So I'm going to call this image complete. So this image has been through our signature post-production or editing. And one more image. So this image right here is one of my favorite images from last year. Actually, no. I remember it was already. Yeah, it was last year. Late last year. But anyway, so what we're going to do is just, again, apply our signature color. The white balance is a little bit off, so we're just going to cool it down just a little bit. What we're going to do is maybe just crop it just a hair. Actually, I really like the skinny 21:9 aspect ratio on this one. Right there. Crop it in, and then we're just going to add our gradient filter on the side to just kind of darken those edges. To kind of add like a kind of a vignette, but not really. Just a subtle one. Bring it up down here again. We're just emphasizing on them. And this one, I'm going to show you exactly how to do a basic retouch. So this image, they say, if they bought, some basic retouching, because we have a few levels of retouching. We have just a basic, we have a medium, and then we have a, over and above retouching package. So what we'll do is we'll just do a little basic retouching on this. So what we'll do is just zoom in real quick into our skin, and we will click done for ones with our crop. We'll go up here, and with our basic retouching, all we do is take this, make sure this is at a 0.4 exposure, and we'll turn our clarity down. All this does is just smooth the skin, and we'll just go in there and just slightly smooth out her skin just to get rid of any imperfections. Again, this is a wider shot, so this is not going to make the biggest difference in the world. It might look a little bit muddy right now, but once you zoom out, it'll be fine. And just smooth out their skin a little bit. And, oops, wrong one. And there you have it. So in this one, that would be just a simple retouching. So again, if you had, like, you know, a large face in the image, we would do that to the entire image. And actually, we can actually show you one more thing with our basic retouching. So if you notice on, like, her arm somewhere, like, I don't know, like, say for instance right here, if she wanted to remove that dot, which I don't suggest anybody wanting, I suggest to my clients, don't ever just completely, you know, retouch the entire image to where you get rid of all your, you know, just little things that make you unique. If you get rid of all those, it just looks strangely weird, but it's okay to get rid of a few of them. So if we wanted to get rid of that little dot right there, all we do is right here, and it's done. So we would do that multiple times. So say if you had, you know, some blemishes on your face, they're not too hard to get rid of, and that's included with our basic retouching. So our medium retouching would just dive in deeper and deeper, and, you know, be more detailed with our retouching. So again, my name is Colby Novak with BuildAWedding.net. I hope you learned, you know, the difference between editing and, you know, retouching when, you know, it comes to post-production. Because if, you know, if we were to edit, not edit, if we edit every image that you get. So every image that we send out, we never send out a raw and unedited image unless you ask us to, which even then I'm a little bit hesitant to do that. But when we send you an image, it's been processed, it's been edited to enhance the colors. Now, it hasn't been retouched. None of the faces have been retouched. It's, you know, just like it came out of the camera, but all the colors have been corrected. You know, we brought up, you know, some of the muted colors. We've done this and we've done that. We just haven't retouched it. And retouching is not part of editing. It's just not. It's a whole separate service. It's a whole different science. And actually, retouching, I don't even retouch. I actually send it off to another lady that does it for me, because I'm just not the best at retouching. I can do basic, but for, you know, medium and higher end retouching, you know, when a client spends, you know, a good chunk of money with us, you know, we obviously want to do it the right way. And, you know, there's an art to it. There's people in this world that make millions just by retouching people's faces. So again, my name is Colby Novak with BuildAWedding.net and also with ColbyNovakImages.com. I hope you learned something about editing today. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at Colby@build-a-wedding.net or Colby@ColbyNovakImages.com. So again, guys, that's the difference between editing and retouching. So I hope if you're a bride and you're looking for a photographer, when you know, bring up these questions, make sure you use them in the right way, because it does cause some confusion, and we don't want to have a problem later on. You know, when you get your product back and you see that your faces haven't been retouching, you know, haven't been retouched because, you know, you didn't use that term in the right way. So I hope this helps. You know, I'm always looking to, you know, help everybody out and make things clear. That way everybody is just, you know, happy all the time, no problems, no nothing. So again, my name is Colby Novak, and yeah, y'all keep on shooting, and just keep getting married, because that keeps us in business. So I appreciate all my clients out there. Y'all are awesome, and yeah, take it easy.